Awesome. So, as I described before, I'll just tell you guys again that the interior of this fortress cathedral is kind of slowly shifting towards the demonic. You guys had seen statues of what you identified as the god Torm in the lobby where you left Rhea and the civilians. Some of those had begun turning into what you determined to be visages of God. What was her name?
Uh,
Zariel.
sorry, I always want to say Azariel. It says
It is
Zariel.
always Zariel, pretty much.
Hello, Pug.
Um,
I
Ow.
know.
and many of the like paintings and other pieces of artwork, the tapestries and rugs that you guys have passed on the way in here are all now depicting scenes of mortal torment and devilish victory. So, as you guys kind of take a look around, what are you guys up to?
I will walk over to Pippi and just kind of go up and just tap her shoulder and say, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And I will dump 17 healing into her using a cure wounds.
I
Super
am
nice.
a little better.
I kind of
If you really
sigh.
need it, I can do it.
I kind of sigh and then do it again. I give you another 17.
Oh God. Too nice, Fox.
That's much better.
I just kind of walk away.
Thank you,
Well,
Vox.
Oh,
Well, I
Yeah.
feel amazing.
you're welcome.
So do I.
So remind me, how long does your what is it, Beacon of Hope spell?
A minute.
A minute. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I
Aw.
do it pretty much immediately.
Good idea.
Bacon.
The toy stuck on the dog? Oh no. Okay. No.
I go back to Ray Mantimore and have her pull the civvies in and just kind of
And
point to well, before I go get her, actually I would walk like over here and kind of do a sweep, like check corners, make sure there's nothing else, look for doorways, windows, anything like that, and see if there's anyone like just in this corner. I wouldn't go too much further down in that way, but just check
I
this
can
entire
check the
area.
other corner.
Yeah. So, I mean, what you see on the map is what's there. You see several more pillars, and there are like draperies hanging from the ceiling, curtains almost that conceal a lot of the areas towards the back of this temple. You don't spot anything on that southern end of the temple as you kind of move around and check your space. Yeah, I mean, what you guys see on the map there is what is there. There is this, like I said, this giant open teak wood hand in the center of this area. You see a little what looks like lever mechanism next to it, and this panel seems to have been removed out of the palm and
We
is now
should,
placed on the
like, pull
floor.
this thing.
I loot the body of the devil before we leave.
Yeah, so I won't even have you roll an investigation check for that. As you approach the devil, you see this is pretty much all, yeah, claws and chitin. A lot of these devils are equipped, and many of them still are not. So this is one devil that seems a little more bestial, like the white dragon-like creature you guys fought at the door.
Oh, no breastplate then. That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no free armor on this devil.
Shit.
I will also, as I feel the spell kind of fading from me as I'm looking around, I will feel blood kind of trickling down my
Right.
arm, and then kind of feel my lip and feel blood, and put a hand on my chest and give myself a second level cure wounds.
Could just
Awesome.
ask. I would have done it for you too. You need your spells more than I do.
Well, too late. It's done.
What the
Alright.
heck?
But yeah, I'll go
Hey,
get.
Rosia, you have healing too, right?
Just a little bit. I would have given it to him.
Can
He
I
didn't
have
want
some?
it.
I'm leaking a little.
Sure. Actually, I can.
Does she still benefit from my beacon of hope?
Yeah. Do I?
Yeah, we'll say that she does. Yeah.
So it's whatever. If it's a D8 plus your whiz, it's just 8 plus whatever your whiz is.
Where's my whiz?
Maximum roll. You could just immediately heal for max amount.
Yeah.
It's +3.
So 11.
Here you go. You got 11.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good. Thanks.
Welcome.
I'll go to the captain and just kind of address everyone. Be like, all right, so countered some enemies within. Hopefully, this will give us some protection from whatever's outside. Captain, and I just kind of point over to the hand. I think we're gonna head over there. If you want to bar the doors, and just in preparation for anything else, if you feel safe, maybe stealthily look up the steps and do some reconnaissance. Let's clear out and see if we can find the resistance.
Are they
Yep, she
coming with
nods to
us
you.
or staying? The human.
What?
Are the humans staying with us or staying with her?
They're staying down here.
Because I can set up a trap.
Well,
Just-
Alright.
what kind of trap are you thinking?
My cordon of arrows last 8 hours, so it could at least bar the door.
It's up to you. However you want to use your magic. I mean, if you think it would help.
If we
Well, I
leave
don't-
the little mammals here, won't they die when more horse people and dragon people, bad things come in?
Well, I'm
We
hoping
can
that
find a room for him.
I'm hoping that we'll be able to explore before any additional forces incur this location. I just
But
don't
also,
want.
they would serve as a good, forewarning for us. Their screams will
What's-
alert us.
I mean, that's
Can I?
true.
Can I see what's this little over here? This little corner.
Yeah. What
I
do you?
wanna, like-
What do you like? Just
I'm
looking
trying
around,
to see if
or?
there's like a little kind of cubby for them to more so be in than just at the front. So
yeah.
I want to
So
try and see what these places are.
there are, as you described it, these little areas behind the curtains here are little cubbies and places, halfway obscured by these curtains, these draperies hanging from the ceiling. Seems like this would be a pretty decent place to hide if you needed to in an emergency.
Then they can all maybe go in here. I'll save my arrows for now, but I just didn't want them at the front door at least.
And
Yeah.
here, as you guys are exploring, I'll take down some of these curtains. So we'll say that you guys,
Curtains.
kind of take a peek behind these areas, and you reveal
What the hell
the
is that?
areas.
Are we concerned with this
So-
red thing?
As you take a look in that area, what you guys see is what looks like, well, actually, Voxmillion, you're the only one who's proficient in religion, right?
I think so.
So
Yeah, I
give
think
me
so.
that religion check.
As I approach it, this terrifies me, and I guidance myself. That's not very good. 13.
13. Even with a 13, you recognize this as, at the very least, what used to be some kind of like offering altar.
Why?
You would
Oh.
assume that since this was a cathedral to Torm, that this may at one time have been a an altar for offerings to Torm. But as you see it now, it is covered in bone and viscera. It's got straps of flesh strapped on there with intestine and limbs. This is grotesque.
We don't have to be in here, Fox. We can go.
Is there anything shiny or valuable on it?
So shiny. I mean, there's a couple of candles on there. Probably half a dozen candles currently sitting unlit. But there don't seem to be like coins or anything. If that's what you're looking for.
Lame.
You want me to clear it, Vox?
I think Foxmoon would probably be in like a bit of shock seeing something so truly horrid. And just kind of says,
I can
"Yeah,
try and wipe it off.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just gonna go over there and try and push off the guts Elise off from the top of it.
We
for
could just
Vox.
cover, like,
Just-
we could just put one of these curtains on top of it so the kids don't get scared.
We're gonna put him in a different cubby.
As you approach, yes, Johnny?
He's saying
Oh,
goodnight.
goodnight.
Great. Good night, Johnny.
I'm just saying, yeah, the kids are
Goodnight.
not going to be in here, but maybe they'll see it if they walk past. So
So, as you're making that suggestion and Roshia approaches the altar, Roshia, give me a wisdom save.
I don't
Oh,
want to. What's my wisdom? It's not horrible.
Yeah, I think you said it was a +3, something like that.
That's gonna be an 8.
An 8. So, you don't suffer any ill effects, but you feel incredibly nauseous. You feel the air kind of become almost resistant to you as you approach, and it has this aura. Like you're as a ranger, your instincts kick in, and you feel like this is a threat.
No. There's something wrong with that. Maybe we should just cover it. Sorry, Vox. And I just back up.
I step closer to it, and
Yeah, Vaydroth, you for sure do that. Go for it.
I take out an alchemy flask, and I will just chuck it on to the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's a stationary object. You know it's not trying to avoid you, so we'll say you are able to line your shot up easy enough. And the alchemical fire makes contact. It begins to become engulfed in flames. And as it does, you notice these flames aren't burning quite as brightly as you would have expected them to. Like you're expecting some kind of eruption and for this thing to just begin charring, but what you see instead is these flames begin to shrink and shrink and shrink, almost as if they're being suppressed
Yeah.
until they eventually disappear.
I feel disgusted, but I just walk away.
I don't have water or nothing, or I try. Well, I do have water, but it's a little bit. I don't want to wash it off with my little bit of water.
I just kind of settle up next to you and say, "It's okay, Roshi. I mean, I have a lot of water in the bag, but I think this is just going to be one of many horrific things we find down here. I appreciate the sentiment, though."
Hey, Pippi, you want to use your strength and pull one of these down so we can cover it?
I'm expecting to roll initiative at any second.
Yes, then yeah, the blob is gonna jump at my face. It's gonna be alien all over again.
What do you suggest to do to pull the curtain down?
Pippi to pull a curtain down to cover it.
I mean, I'll just look at both of you and say, I don't think it's worth it.
Okay.
But
Just
it's
tell
up
the
to
kids
you.
to stay in one of the other rooms and not to peek.
Yeah, and I'll just walk out.
Which room we choosing, left or right?
Left. Just pick one.
Left. The kids are going in the left. That's what I care.
Okay,
They're
so
not
you
going
guys
down in the
want
hole.
the halfling children and all those guys to be up here?
I
That's
was thinking
back.
looking that way, so I thought bottom left.
Bottom
Cubby.
left.
Down here?
Okay, so down here.
Yes, to hide.
Okay,
and
all right.
and I would at least tell the parents don't let the children go in there. It's frightening. Stay
Okay,
away
so
from
the parents are
blood
going to go
bath.
hang with the kids too.
Yeah,
You're
everyone.
Yeah,
giving them
everyone.
forewarning before they all walk back there.
Yes, and
Yeah.
and we would also tell Rhea.
Just don't look.
Well,
no one
so
look.
Rhea has been busy collecting what look like sturdy pieces of lumber. She's kind of following along with the idea that we might be able to barricade the door. So she's getting what look like thicker, heavier pieces of wood and are trying to brace the door. You guys would have also seen Vaydroth walk over in that direction and cast a bit of a ritual there at the doors.
Um,
These are spiral staircases, right?
They are, yeah. So these are like wrought iron staircases. They all lead directly up, and they do kind of spiral. They're tall enough for anybody to kind of just walk up without having to hunch or crawl at all. These are, used to seeing regular use as they do in these cathedrals. So, just
Is this are they like a normal how high is the next floor that they're going to? Is it like dozens of feet up, or is it just like we're in
yes.
okay.
It is probably about 20 feet from where you're standing there on the floor to the bottom of the ceiling in here. And even in this main cathedral area, you guys can, in the center area, can see up. It probably goes up maybe another 100 feet from where you guys are. But where these wrought iron staircases are, there seems to be a little like ledge, almost like a viewing gallery up above. And these wrought iron staircases lead in that direction, about 20 feet up.
Okay.
You're muted, Paige.
Which way does the ledges view out? Both ways, or?
So there's a ledge that kind of forms a full balcony from. Well, here I'll draw out a little line for you so you can kind of see with your eyes. That might be easier. So the balcony itself stretches from about across here. Do you see that black line?
Unless I'm missing it, I don't think I'm missing it. Oh, I see it now.
Okay, and then the balcony faces to the west. So the rails would be up above there and kind of overlook the main area of this cathedral.
Like a viewing platform.
I want some tater tots.
What? Oh, I was like, why did you say that?
That's fine.
On the
okay.
computer.
I'd like to make my way up the stairs quietly and carefully.
Okay.
Just to make sure that there's nothing unknown.
And
there.
Rhea will acknowledge your advance and accompany you, though, going up the other stairs. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Say, are you gonna go by yourself?
Ray's going with him.
We haven't even really talked to you yet.
As I see them ascend the stairs, I'd like to go over to Klobeck and size him up and be like, you okay, Klobeck?
Ooh,
21.
well, you interrupted me doing what I was doing, which I haven't said yet.
Oh.
Okay, so while Rhea and Vedroth make their way up the stairs, what are you doing, Klobeck?
I'm talking to the children and telling them how
Oh god.
gross it is in that other room. Oh man, it's
Okay.
so disgusting.
All right.
You really don't want to see it.
Do you go into any detail in your description, or just enough to pique
No,
curiosity?
I need to keep it vague so that they will go see it.
You're awful.
So, yeah, you're awful, and all of these parents, like, they physically step between you and the children as you're like bending over to tell them this,
Smart.
and they're looking pretty stern. They're not at all enjoying what you're doing here.
I approach and grab you by the arm and just look at the parents and go, sorry. Klobeck, I have a mission for you.
He wasn't raised here.
What do you say you want to go down through the hole in the hand and scout out ahead?
Yeah, I love holes.
And I cast guidance on him. I was like, all right, that's not weird. Okay, be careful.
Yeah, not weird at all. So
Careful's
we'll go
my
back
middle
to Vedroth here for a second, before you guys head down the pit. Vedroth, with that stealth roll, you feel pretty well obscured as you make your way up these stairs. I'll describe this to you. You kind of peek your head over the lip of what would be the floor of this viewing balcony, and you can see a few rows of pews up here, and what looks like an immaculate brass organ. There are these like pipes that lead up into the ceiling, and there's just dozens and dozens of these things of all varying sizes. And in front of them, between you and these windpipes, is what looks like a beautiful, again, teak wood organ keys. There's a bench there. Seems like this was the place where they might have played music for services. I'll also say, flanking either side of this giant organ are the same kind of crimson thick curtains that you saw downstairs. So what you can see in your immediate vicinity is, these rows of pews, and then this giant, elaborate brass organ.
Does it enter outside? Up there? Or does that just look like doors to me?
Where?
I don't know if that's just like the grounds or if it's an actual like top as well. Like, does the top enter outside as well?
Oh,
The
okay.
second floor.
You would have to go up there to find out.
I believe that's called exiting.
Where am I anymore? There I am. Okay, I'll go follow them.
Okay.
Getting caught on things you can't go through.
Yeah,
Gotta
there we
drive
go.
around them.
I was trying.
All right. So with several of you now going up there, I'm going to go ahead and we'll move over to that map real quick, and you can take a look for yourself.
And I
So,
was, if I noticed they went stealthily, I would have gone stealthily as well.
very good. Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth roll for yourself then.
Because they have not mentioned anything is okay yet, so just in
And
case. Ooh,
which
that's a natural
stairs
20!
do you go up?
I'm going
The north stairs or the
following
south stairs?
south? Right? Yeah. Up after Vedra.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm
And-
going to go ahead and reveal this map. All of you will see, but as far as, looking around and tokens, I'm going to ask please for Vedroth and Roshia only. But here's what you guys see.
Are all those circles the bellows of the organ?
Yes.
Dope. That's cool as hell.
That's cool.
And I stealthily, hopefully still keeping my stealth roll since it was so high.
Yeah.
Peek around the curtain.
Sure. Yeah, here, I'll just move you to the other side of the curtain without actually moving you to the other side of the curtain so you can see what's up. Yeah, you see what looks like arrow slits. These are the fortifications that you guys would have seen on your way in from outside. And you, as an archer, a skilled archer, would know that this is where they might assign people who are particularly good with ranged weapons to hopefully shoot down at whatever enemies would be approaching.
Good. That's literally the reason I wanted to go up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta keep true. I gotta figure out my battle plans. Is there anything interesting on the organ? Any markings or anything like that? I can't move myself anymore.
One
we go.
thing you do see is that this the pipes of this organ are all like immaculately polished. These are not your run of the mill just rough hammered sheet metal. This is obviously a piece of custom art that was designed and constructed with this cathedral, and it's very well taken care of.
Are there any possible gods on it listed, or does it still seem like it would still be like the original organ?
Yeah, from what you can tell, it's the same sort of teak wood as the altar you guys saw downstairs. And you've already been told a couple of times this was a cathedral dedicated to Torm, so your assumption would be that this is also dedicated to Torm.
I was making sure it wasn't like a... What is that movie?
There's no mouths or
This
eyeballs.
is like the Goonies, wherever you have
Yes!
to play it to get the one eye list.
With the bones.
I was trying to think of it so hard I could picture
What's it? Chester Copperpot! It's Chester Copperpot!
Josh Copperpot. Alright.
He believes.
Well, I checked this side. Do you guys want to check the other side as well?
Yeah, if you guys are checking for like eyeballs or any sort of corruptions, give me an investigation check as you take a good look closer.
Oh, I meant the other side curtain, but that's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'll do the any eyeballs or anything weird, I guess. What did you say, perception or investigation?
Investigation, yeah.
Investigation's gonna be a 19 for me.
Yeah, 19. You look over this thing pretty thoroughly. You've seen some corruption downstairs already, but you don't spot anything that seems out of place. This is all brass and antique wood, and nothing seems to be unnaturally, out of place.
Alright. Can I try and stealthily look in the other curtain?
Yeah, we'll say that your stealth roll continues. You haven't done much more than just kind of look around, so.
Just want to see if there's anything different before I go back down.
Sure, I'll just pop you over here real quick. That is what you see as you peek behind the other curtain.
Oh. Is that a fucking person?
Yeah, you see what looks like a pair of legs sticking out from around the walls there on the interior, and you hear what sounds like a light sobbing. I'm gonna move us back down to
Yeah, go.
the others in the cathedral. What are you guys doing as this investigation goes on upstairs?
I've given
Oh,
Quebec.
for no reason, I immediately run up the stairs.
Yeah.
I've given
No,
Quebec guidance to go and explore.
I go in the hole. I go sneaky like.
Okay. We'll
Down in the
do
hole.
something similar then. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Are
With
you
guidance.
laying that way, Ethan?
And I would like to fall behind him about 20 feet. Once he gets down.
Guidance is D4.
Yes.
Mhm. I think? Yeah.
Only a 19.
That's rough, buddy. 19.
Well, she got a 28.
Sorry, I got a
And
natural 20. Calm
then
down.
for Voxmillion, if you're going to be following behind, give me a stealth roll as well.
I got an 11.
Okay, 11. Cool. All right. I'm going to do something similar down here as upstairs. I'm going to move you guys to a different map, and you can kind of move around and explore as you like. For this map, I'll ask, only Klobeck to start and then Voxmillion from behind. But you reach the bottom of this ladder leading down, and you find what looks and feels like a moist, like stone underbelly of this cathedral. There's something about the combination of the walls and assuming the dirt behind it that's really retained a lot of water down here over a long period. There's quite a bit of humidity, and it feels really nice and cool down here. It's kind of a nice break away from, the hellish,
Fucking hell.
dry landscape above. Yeah.
Okay.
Fox probably feels amazing down here.
Is there any blood?
I would have told them before they went down. Let me know. Yell if you want me to kill something.
So I'm gonna move a
kill
couple people
yourself.
out of the way
No.
here, but ooh, that's rough.
That was
Um,
harsh.
These are stairs that lead down and kind of curve around this
Okay.
way. As you look around for blood, why don't you give me an investigation check?
Hey, is guidance still good?
I would be pumping it. Well, no, because you would be 20 foot ahead of me, and it's a touch spell, so I would not have given it to you again.
And it's only a 1 per.
Yeah, once you use it as a gun.
Alright. Investigation. Sorry. 22.
22. Yeah, with a 22, you don't spot any blood. But what you do spot is like several what look like fresh footprints and scratch marks on the stone stairs down here. It looks like it has seen quite a bit of traffic recently, actually.
Scratch marks. Like spiny scratch marks?
They're definitely grooves. Yeah, they're not like, somebody just like pressed a finger into it or something. These could be swords, these could be claws, some sort of slashing apparatus.
Relatively big deal, not just minor wear and tear. Alright.
Yep.
Well, then. I mean, obviously, if it's a big gaping hole, we weren't the first ones down here. And it's not like the devils would have missed it, or the. Whoever else. Fiends. But yeah, I'm gonna continue sneaking down into this.
There you go. Are you able to see? Does that work?
Nope.
All right, let me make sure I've got correct vision on your token here. You've got vision. Oh, the reason you can't see down here is because you don't have dark vision. So you kind of peek around the corner, and it's mostly pitch black under here.
You don't have
Oh,
dark
okay.
vision?
No.
Oh.
What
have
a rogue
dark
are
vision.
you?
Dark vision's for pussies.
Oh my god. Shit.
That's really rude.
Uh,
I
can
am
I-
your best friend.
Can I see him like stumbling around the dark?
So this main area, these staircases are mostly lit from above. You know, there's a little bit of light trickling down.
Yeah.
So I'd say this area specifically has got dim light in it. But yeah, you would see Klobek kind of peek his head around the corner and like maybe blink his eyes a couple times. And I mean, your passive insight is high enough. You would understand. He's not like I don't see anything.
I'll
Back.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna use my spider. I'm gonna see through my spider's eyes, who
Okay.
has dark vision.
Well, seeing you do that
Okay.
at the same time you're thinking that, I'd come up to you and just put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "It's Fox. Don't freak out. I forgot you can't see in the dark. Do you want me to light up something that would bring awful attention to us?" But
No, my spider can see, and I can see through his eyes.
okay, but you
Hey.
don't know what's happening to you when that happens, right?
Yeah, aren't you
Right?
like numb
So,
lit?
so you just hold on to me.
Okay. All right. So I will pull him back to where my token is now, and get
Okay.
get him around the corner, and then I will actually be interposed between him, and so I can see, you know, what's down the hall.
Yeah. And I will make sure your spider also has vision, 60-foot dark vision on the spider. Is that right?
Actually, I believe he only has like 30-foot dark vision.
It's very
Well,
tiny. I think.
Good enough to see in this space. You should be able to see, and it has 30 feet of dark vision as it stands. So what you see is what you see.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
let's send the spider on a little journey.
Yeah, go ahead and move him around.
Oh, he already spotted something. Something
Stealthy spider, be stealthy.
super creepy.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
don't
I'll
like it.
describe this to you. You know, as your spider kind of creeps up to the corner, you see what looks like a
A Cabbage
squat
Patch doll.
man. Yeah, he's maybe the size of a dwarf, but you're not able to see his face or most of his torso as it's covered in this sort of golden chitinous armor, and you're not able to see his face because he's got this pretty awful, like infantile looking mask on. It's almost as if you were looking at some like corrupted visage of a seraphim.
A what?
Like an
Seraphim,
angel.
Okay.
a baby, like a baby angel. Yeah,
That's
Are you
what
an
I
angel?
pictured, anyways.
Or a cherub.
yeah, cherub.
There we
Cherubim. That's
go.
probably what I meant.
It's fine.
All right, this dude, I'm going back already.
Scaredy spider.
Yeah, yeah.
That dude totally fucked up all those people.
When I see the spider come back, seeing it before I kind of stop talking, and I'm like, "You're all right, Kolbeck?" And I kind of pat your shoulder. Kolbeck?
Yes, I'm gonna like flip out of it, and
Would you-
so there are a lot of corpses
Right. So
and one guy alive, and he looks spooky. I don't know
Oh,
if he's
yeah.
a good guy or a bad guy.
You
But
would
it doesn't
also
look good.
recognize two of the what it looked like animal creatures you saw in there. Those are the same hellhounds that you guys fought on your way in.
Oh yeah.
So-
At first I thought they were just regular dogs.
Is that a knight and a hellhound?
Yeah, it looks like a pretty normal human guy, and
Even with my glasses, I'm blind. I need help.
Yeah, I can say
Dude-
those were the same like Hell Rider guards that you guys would have stepped over on your way in.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
all right. Well,
Makes
let's go back up top and let the others know what we found, and hope maybe come down here together. And does the room open up at all, or is it just a hallway?
It's a whole bunch of hallways, and there was some stairs.
Maybe we could lay a trap on the stairs, hit him with something, and lure him back up. Or let's go back up top and talk. And we
All right.
Let's go back up top and talk.
as they're discovering that and making their way in that direction, people who are on the main cathedral floor, what are you guys up to?
I'm just waiting for them to let me come kill things.
Okay, so we've got Uverheim waiting for them to give the signal. Pippi, what are you up to?
I was just listening, waiting to hear if I hear anything from above or below. I never like our team splitting up, and yet here we are.
Split the party. It's good. It's good.
It's a great
Um,
idea.
This is
So
a
I'm just
great
listening.
idea.
I'm
All right.
just listening.
We'll have the two of you on high alert then. Why don't you both give me perception checks as you guys kind of listen very intently for any sort of signals or sounds.
Oh, good. That was good. 22.
22. That's great.
Mine was only 6.
You're not
6.
very
Yeah.
good.
So
your
Uverheim, you're
best.
just kind of sitting there staring at the hole, contemplating what are these mammals doing. You're not sure, but you're a little bit distracted. Pippi, you hear with a 22, you hear the sounds of the ongoing battle. As you guys saw on your way in here, you were assailed by those vulture-like creatures that were fighting bladed demons overhead in the sky. Every once in a while, you hear what sounds like a muted thud with a 22 against the cathedral walls as the occasional corpse rains down outside.
Well, there's still going on out there. That's all.
All right.
Ow.
We're going to move back upstairs then to Vedroth and Roshia. As I said, Roshia, you kind of heard some sobbing, and as you peeked around the curtain, you saw what looked like a pair of legs.
I'm gonna very quietly wave both of them over to me.
Yeah. Mantlemorn acknowledges and silently responds and kind of creeps her way over towards you.
I just very, very quietly whispered, "Something or someone in there crying. I don't know if I should go in there to help them."
Maybe it's a spooky ghost.
I don't know, Rhea, if these are your people, maybe you would recognize them, but I can go in and startle them first.
I can take a look. I mean, at the very least,
I saw feet.
If they're friendly, then they should recognize me.
You go low, I can go high, and just have an arrow ready. And then if they come at you, I will just shoot them.
Okay, all right.
Yes, and I can wait right here.
All right,
Sure.
I'm gonna move this curtain out of the way for you guys so you can see a little bit easier as Rhea Mantlemorn kind of creeps her way around. She rolled 19 on her stealth, so she kind of moves slowly but comes around here.
I had no idea what her stealth was. I was really bagging on that it wasn't shitty.
Yeah, you see her move, and even though she's in her like full regalia scale armor, she is moving very quietly through this space. She seems to be taking this very seriously, and just like creeps along the floor low, as you said, towards this turret, this sort of defensive area.
I'll whisper to Daydrop, if you want to tell anyone else what we found, you can, or you can just stay here. Either one. And I'll sneak up after her and be like up on top of her, pretty much, just like hovering above.
Yeah,
Ooh la
yeah.
la.
I'm just gonna creep towards the curtain, kind of where she was looking in, and
Yeah.
look in as well, staying where I am.
Okay, yeah. So, you see Captain Mantlemorn, like you said, she kind of is moving into this space tactically and stealthily, but she kind of relaxes her demeanor and turns to you. She's like, "It looks like one of the Hellrider privates. Let me go see if I can talk to him."
I'm not gonna unnotch my bow, but sure.
Okay. Yeah. So
Just don't get too close to him.
She
I'm very
approaches
protective.
slowly, nodding to you, acknowledging the need for caution, and just kind of puts her hands up. She sheathes her long swords and kind of like approaches slowly, ready for anything, but not wanting to take on a threatening demeanor.
Just me in the
And-
corner looking all gloomy. Literally a gloom stalker with my
Losing
arrow
my
at it.
religion.
This terrible
fine.
shadowy creature lurking in the corners of this otherwise round room. Yeah. But this guy has his he's got that kind of bucket like squared off Hell Rider helmet, and it's like pressed firmly into his arms as he like holds his knees. And in fact doesn't even acknowledge you guys as like Captain Mantlemorn walks right up to him.
Uh, hello.
Yeah, you see Captain Mantlemorn kind of like bend down very slowly and just like put a hand out to touch this soldier on the pauldron, and you see right away he kind of like gets up in a startle and is like pushing himself back and away from Mantlemorn. He lets out what sounds like a yelp and is just looked like an animal trying to flee.
We're friends. We're friends. She's one of you. Look at what she's wearing.
Yeah, as you say that, give me a persuasion check.
Oh, don't fail me.
Deception.
Persuasion. 13.
13. Yeah, as he kind of like is blinking his eyes and pressing himself into the wall, he takes a second and like really opens his eyes for a second and like gives Captain Mantlemorn a once over, and he's like,
my bow down a little bit.
okay.
Not directly at his face anymore.
He kind of slowly, very slowly, gets to his feet, and you can tell his knees are a little shaky still, but he at least acknowledges, Captain Mantlemorn's rank in this moment, and he says, Captain, excuse me, did we win? And you see Captain Mantlemorn just kind of like stand there befuddled, like she's not really sure what to do with this guy. This is certainly not the sort of behavior she's used to, seeing from trained soldiers.
Yeah, we're still fighting. Why is it only you in here?
Well, everybody else went downstairs, and I decided to hold the fort here.
Could you show us where they are downstairs? Because we haven't found anyone yet.
So player knowledge. You guys, I removed them from the map, so you might not remember since this was about a week and a half ago. But
His friends
you
are all
guys
over the
stepped
floor.
Over,
Oh,
yeah,
I know.
There's
No,
about half a
I know.
dozen corpses downstairs, and they're
I
all
know.
Hell Rider guards.
I'm trying. I didn't want to just be like, "Hey, all your friends are dead." I just wanted him to like go downstairs, and then maybe we could be like, "Do you know where anyone else might be?"
He probably knows they're dead.
He might.
Yeah, he just kind of responds, and you were asking like, "Oh, where are they?" And
Yeah.
he just kind of like, "You didn't pass them on the way in?"
There was a lot of kerfuffle when we came in. We had to fight quite a few creatures. Did we pass them, Raya? And then my voice just goes really high because I do not know how to handle these situations in this realm.
Yeah, you see, this is a situation that I mean,
Just like,
yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's high tension, but you see Rhea Mantlemorn kind of maintain her sort of like gentle, she's a trained horseman, so she's kind of doing the like, ooh, calm down, like settle down, startled horsey moves that she knows how to do, and she just kind of puts her hand back on his shoulder, approaches a little bit closer and just says, what's your name? And he tells you that his name is Trevik. This is a stupid name. These are all stupid names. His name is
Okay.
Trevik Fantorm.
Fantorm.
Not the stupidest name in your book.
Not the stupidest name that we've heard so far, but Trevick
Ooh, close.
Thantorme.
Oh,
Trevik Fantorm.
Sam. Oh
Sam
wow,
Torm.
I'm not. My dyslexic self is gonna say
Name's
that.
Trevor.
Yeah, that's a tough one. His name is Trevik. Yeah, Trevor.
Sam Thor.
His name is TT.
TT.
TT. But she just kind of like guides him a little bit. You know, she's used to being in command, and she just kind of like gives him a very gentle, like, "come with me" shove as she attempts to sort of guide him towards the door.
Yeah, you probably don't want to be alone here, anyways. Come on, go, shoot. I'm just trying to like.
And Daedrath, are you
gently-
just kind of like still just observing
Yeah,
from out in the hallway?
Just lingering. But just past the curtain. I've come through the curtain.
Okay.
He's nice.
So then you would see, yeah, they just kind of slowly guide this guy out the door of this turret, and you can see now that he's starting to see that, you know, okay, you guys aren't fiends, you're not devils. He's just kind of like, he's checking you off and checking Roshia off and be like, okay. And he's starting to, you see like just a little bit of like a sigh of relief and a little bit of normalcy kind of return to him.
I don't want to
yeah.
see his face when he goes
I
downstairs.
think I'll say, Captain, might it be a good idea to have this soldier resume a post, maybe guarding those halfling families that we have down on the main floor? Maybe give him a sense of duty.
She nods to you and like recognizing like that's very good idea. Thank you very much. Yes, Private Fantorm, we're gonna have you on a very important duty. And she just kind of like continues to guide him towards the stairs.
And I'll just try and kind of like stay on all his other side and just kind of try and block any view I can
Sure,
while
sure.
he goes over to the kids.
So are you guys like headed back down the stairs then?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll take a quick break and we'll move again down to the underside. Oh, you guys are headed upstairs anyway, so we'll say that you guys have arrived then. We'll put you here, and your Spoder is arriving with you here. So yeah, Uverheim and Pippi, you see both Klobek and Voxmillion make their way up this ladder from down below.
Anything fun down there, guys?
Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh.
That
Not
sounds
what
cool.
I thought you were gonna say.
Do we need to kill it?
Maybe. Probably.
All right.
Creepy dude with a baby face mask.
That's terrifying.
And a bunch of corpses around him.
Hmm.
Lots of humans, lots of demon dogs.
Mm.
Devil
Almost gonna
dogs?
put these up. Yeah,
Uh,
hellhounds is what you would
Dire
know.
demons?
What did you find up top? And I just kind of point to the guard as he's Mantimorn's escorting him over towards the halflings.
Good. Down we go.
Down. Yeah, we'll say you guys arrive also along with the Hellrider guard. Let me go ahead and put him on here. Dude.
I'll like block until we get him all the way over there, hopefully, and then I will go and tell them what we found.
Yeah, I'll say, despite your efforts to block, there is too many corpses here and too much blood already spilled. You can see him sort of like get that panicked look for a second and then closes his eyes and takes a deep breath and just like continues walking straight forward with Mantlemorn.
I will try and awkwardly be reassuring with a random hand, like not knowing where to put it, shoulder back or whatever, and try and guide him.
I reach out and cast guidance on him, boosting his constitution.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. We'll say then that he holds his courage and holds his lunch and arrives with Mantlemorn at his assigned post, and you can kind of see her over by the curtains there, kind of describing to him quietly what she expects him to do, and to,
Fuck her
be
up.
vigilant and make sure don't look in that room over there. Just concentrate on these people. And you can see him just sort of nod and like take his sword out like he's maybe ready to fight, but is still looking a little bit shaky as he moves into that space.
What all was up there? You found that guard?
There was a. It looks like, I guess this was, from what we can all tell from everything else, obviously a place of worship. There was a huge organ. It doesn't look like it's been tampered with or anything, so it looks original.
Okay.
But it leads out to the front, where I could possibly guard if need be.
You could see outside? Did you
If I
did you look out towards the
honestly-
gate where the horseman was to see if they were advancing?
I did not get that far. I could go back up, but then I saw a crying thing, which was that guard, and we handled him first.
Let's go take a look, see if we can get a spot on that horse, and I'll run up, kind of trying to pull Roshia with me.
Okay.
Where's she at? 10
Fine.
gold says he snaps and kills all the kids.
I'm gonna go back real quick. Hold on, Vox. Go to the guard,
Uh-huh.
pull him aside. They
Don't you kill those kids.
get real close to his face and be like, "These could be the only future we have left of this. Buck up." And I will then
All right.
go with Vox and
Let's see how
still-
well he bucks up.
Come on.
You
Not at all.
just see him like be dumbfounded and shocked by this sudden sternness, and you
I know,
see
you're
just
so
a
nice.
couple of manly tears roll down the front of his cheeks.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Did you add a D4?
Yeah, he rolled a 4, so not great. Not great.
My side. No, play.
I'm gonna
Um,
make 10 gold.
I'll take
That is not bucking up.
I'll take
He
the same
didn't buck up
staircase.
so well.
I'll tell Vox that last time I went quietly just in case. I didn't check the hallways, so I still don't know what's up here.
So let me ask, is your guys' intention to go up and investigate more, or are you just looking for the windows to take a quick look, or what are you trying
I
to do?
want to, personally, I'm just following Vox, so I'm gonna check the windows and see what's going on outside so far, other than the falling bodies, apparently, that others had heard.
Let's go talk to Baby Doll.
Vox's
I'll go talk
intention
to
is to
Baby
go
Doll
upstairs
with
and look through the arrow slits to see if he can get a bead on that horse and that force that was out at the outer gate, to see if they moved inward at all, to kind of get a bead of like time that they have while doing all this.
Okay. I'll just have both of you give me first a stealth roll and then a perception roll as you kind of move into that space.
I'm not
Roshia
being
would be able to
stealthy.
guide you. Oh, you're not being stealthy. Okay.
No, I
so
mean
then...
that the way they talked to me, I thought they cleared it, so I'm just
Yeah.
like do like
I
check.
mean, I did say that
He
we
did
went
tell you.
quietly beforehand.
Right.
Totally a-okay. That's the way you guys do
Just
it.
putting
So
it out there. Yeah,
as
I
Roshia
was going
guides you,
stealthily,
okay,
if that matters. I did roll,
I'll just
technically.
tell you. Okay,
Don't know
yeah.
if that
What was your roll?
matters. 24.
24. Yeah. So you move quietly. You're following or leading Voxmillion, and you do so in a super elf-like manner. Like your steps barely make a sound as you make your way up these wrought iron stairs. I'll just say you guys arrive, and Roshia, you're able to show him to where the arrow slits are. Why don't I have both of you give me perception rolls?
Natural 20 for a
Ooh.
25.
Oh, I'm glad you got that because I sure fucking didn't. I got a 9.
Yeah, so Roshia, as you kind of try to look out one of these arrow slits, one of these demon-bladed corpses that I've described falling out of the sky, like, impacts the arrows that you're trying to see out of. And it kind of splatters a little bit of this kind of black Icarus blood. None of it gets on you, but, you have to
Okay.
back away from the arrow slit. Voxmillion, what you see, you know exactly where this rider was, and you know exactly what you're looking for. When you look out there, you do see this hellish rider still where you guys left him. You know, probably about 15 minutes or so. Well, more like half an hour at this point. Ago, as you made your way into the cathedral, and he doesn't seem to have moved much beyond to go back and forth in this space between the ruined gates, but it seems like he's kind of like organizing people into units. He's moving various different types of fiends. You can see a wide variety now of these creatures who have arrived outside the gates. And they seem to be organizing, is what you see. They haven't advanced like you thought they might be, or were worried that they might be, but they are organizing.
Okay.
See,
So I'll just
I
kind
can't
of
see nothing.
I'll just kind of grab Rashi's shoulder and like kind of show her with my finger and be like, look over there. They're amassing still, so we still have some time, but we've only been here for 30 minutes and they have grown quite large. I think we need to make haste with our next step here. So let's head back down.
While we're both up here, hold up. Does Lulu look any different? One, I'm curious if she seems to be reverting in any way while she's been down here.
Okay.
And I'm just curious if she sees all this, if she's like scared or giving off any emotion.
So
I
you would
don't know what
remember
to
back
ask.
to your guys' excursion across this courtyard that you're overlooking now.
Yeah.
You had communicated with her at that time about her seeing this creature, this hellish rider out there, and you remember her kind of communicating to you telepathically that she was excited to remember something,
Yeah.
but didn't really
But not-
feel, like a sense of recognition, and you haven't seen her change forms at all. This is still the, small four-winged golden fur elephant who's just been hanging out with you the whole time.
I was curious if she was gonna like start popping and getting bigger and turning back to her old self or something while she's down here. That's all. I was just
Hard to
curious.
tell. You've not encountered a baby golden elephant before.
Did you
Nope, sure haven't.
say there are other hallways up here as well?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'll
kinda like
point and be like, did you guys go into these?
We did not go into those yet. Oh,
Did you
hold on,
ask-
I touched.
Did you ask
map
that
weirdly.
guard what was in those holes, or if he knows if anything's in there?
I don't know if Rhea asked him. We kind of he was crying a lot.
I'll have you guys go for like here, and then
I-
I'll move you into this space here. So that's where you guys could be like having your conversation.
Cool.
Yeah, you could check one and I could check the other.
Let's go get some information, and I will just run down the stairs and go up to the guard and ask him, what was in there? Was anyone else up there? Is there anything that might be of concern in any of these rooms and the hallways? Like, we're trying to clear this place out. There is an army amassing outside the gate, so we need to go quickly. The more information we have, the better. And then get what I
Yeah.
get and run back up.
Okay.
He said.
So yeah, you run downstairs. Give me like a general charisma check as you just like encourage this guy to be forthcoming.
Okay. Not a persuasion?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, persuasion. We can do persuasion.
It's only a 13.
Okay, with a 13, you can see him sort of like blink a couple times. You know how people do when they're like really trying to process. And he says, the attack feels like it came a long time ago. All of my unit ran downstairs to defend. I don't think there's anything else up there. We were just preparing. And you can see he sort of like stammers and stutters a few times and isn't able to like really describe a whole lot in his current mental state, but at least gives you like a current event.
With a passive of 21, would I understand that he probably doesn't have a clue if there is anything good or bad in there? That he's just kind of
would understand.
shell-shocked?
Yeah, he's definitely shell shocked. You would pick that up without issue. You might also guess that based on the description they gave you, the state he was in when they found him, that he may have not even like attempted to see what was going on. That he may have even just been huddled in the corner for who knows how long, and as his friends all went off to battle, he remained.
My God. Okay. I'll go back up.
And that's who we have with the babies.
Yeah. Gosh, is it worth the time? Yeah, I'll go. I'll kind of speak to the group. Be like, there's more hallways, I suppose, up there. Rasheed and I were gonna go clear them, but you guys will want to go up there together and just kind of bum rush all the rooms and just clear it out. Make sure we're not leaving anything behind.
Sure, I would love to kill things.
Right.
Yeah. Get in there, Pippi.
As we're kind of all trudging up the stairs, I like to say, so yeah, like as soon as we open the door, just release your spells and your arrows. We can all do it at once. Hopefully get the jump on them. Make quick work.
Hey,
So
before
I'm
we
just gonna
go,
like plop everybody in here, and you tell me if you want to be somewhere else.
Who's going where? Sure.
I-
I'm
Where are
going
the
to
doors?
the left.
I try
The
and
doors are
get
where?
everyone to come with me over to.
Okay.
Is this the room up here? Like the three? Are there 3 entryways here?
I thought it was just over.
So these slits in the wall are all just additional arrow slits. This whole area seems to be dedicated mostly to fortification. And
Great
so this
success.
hallway has arrow slits. The turrets you guys were in a moment ago have arrow slits, but otherwise this is like, carved stone walls.
So there
I
are no
will
more
point out
rooms.
there are a pair of doors right here
Doors
that I'll
right there.
highlight.
Okay, then that is where.
That's where we go.
Before we do, am I able to peek out this arrow slit at all? Because that angle tells me that
Are you?
the building stops at some point, right?
Yeah, so as you look out the arrow slit on that side, you can see a little bit because this is pretty narrow, but you can see for sure the exterior of what looks like a U-shaped bowed out section of this wall next to you, and there are what look like very fancy, very high detail stained glass windows.
All right, you guys ready? On 3?
I'm ready.
okay,
I'm holding Toll the Dead onto anything that gets damaged. That looks like an enemy.
I
Holding-
will say, as you guys approach this door, you see what looks like a fairly heavy lock on the front of it.
Yeah. Klobeck.
Hello back.
It's probably for our safety.
Probably is
For our
guidance.
I hate to be that person, but he broke his lockpick.
Oh, you did?
Did he really?
Did.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
now
rolled a
owns the last
4.
lock.
Do I have any?
Does anybody else
Hold up.
have a lockpick for him?
I
Thieves'
don't think I
tools.
have.
I walk away. I go back down the stairs.
I can
Okay,
hit it with
alright.
my.
I think you can still make the check. You just don't get a bonus or something.
Bonus. Yeah, you can
Mm.
still do it, but
Can I break
I
it with
jiggle
my?
the lock. See if
I
it's
could be
Can I
wrong.
unlocked.
break it with my axe?
Yeah, you kind of shake it, and it seems pretty sturdy.
Sorry,
These are like
guys.
What about
wood,
your
heavy wooden steel strapped doors.
What about your spider? Could you send your spider in and see what's going on at least?
He's
What's
tired that day.
Oh come on,
okay, we
Klobeck.
didn't even mention which day, Klobeck. We didn't mention a day, Klobeck.
The spider's
which day?
washing his hair.
Yeah, all right. I'll see if there's a hole the spider can fit through,
Okay.
and if he can't, then I just kind of
Um,
jam him into whatever hole.
Okay.
We're
All right.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'll say with some like jiggling and some like forceful. Give me like a strength check as you push on these doors.
Oh my god.
No, he's gonna kill a spider.
No, the spooter.
12.
How dare you,
12.
Dad?
Okay. So yeah, you shove on these things with like what feels like to you a pretty decent effort, and they don't budge even enough for there to be like a crack wide enough for this spider to slip through. These are pretty heavy, pretty
Oh.
well sealed doors.
I did not realize where you were going with that. I was thinking like if there's a keyhole, then I shove the spider through it, like
That's
Okay,
kind of
all right.
yeah.
It's does it have that ability where it can fit into 1-inch spaces?
I
No,
don't know.
it has the ability where it's a spider and I
Oh.
can squish it into a hole.
All right, yeah.
You guys really
God.
want to
Can
know?
Klobeck
I could.
can Klobeck see on the other side at all through a keyhole or crack or anything? Can he see anything
spooter?
on the other side? Because he could just dismiss and reapparate it.
So the inside of this very heavy like steel lock is opaque. Like it's not just goes straight through. There's like what looks like pretty heavy mechanisms, some pretty like also made out of steel tumblers in there. So
All right, we tried.
Well,
Klobeck, do you remember when we went to the Van Thamper house and we decided to skip exploring certain rooms, and we went and spoke to the captain, and we found out that there was a magical mace left behind in somewhere we had not previously
anywhere
explored.
but
What
there
if
was
there's a
there.
magical loincloth in there for you?
Do you remember
Wang
when
Wang.
we came in through this very wall down there
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
and there was just tons of devils and demons out there?
mhm.
I do, but if this door
What if
is
this is something that
locked
can help?
and it's not been broken, that tells me that there's someone who's fighting these creatures that's locked inside.
I have a question.
Do I remember the
I knock
external
on the
facade?
door.
Sorry.
I was about
Yeah.
to knock on the
Never mind.
door.
okay, you both
Never
knock on the
mind.
door. You don't hear anything. As you rasp on it, you know, you can feel as you do when you knock on something that's very sturdy. This is a very like thick wooden and steel reinforced door. Thick
Oh.
with 2 C's, yeah.
I'll call I'll call out and say, order the gauntlet, Hell Riders. We're here, and I'll recite part of the creed of the Order of the Gauntlet.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do because you guys are being so diligent. I don't want to steal this moment from you, and I also don't want you to be so disappointed.
Okay.
There's
There's
nothing
nothing
in
in
this
there.
room.
No
There's nothing in
way!
this room.
Nothing? I was gonna try to see about breaking down the door.
No, I would so love
Instead
to
of trying to walk away.
play out this whole journey of, you know, opening the doors and things, but I don't want you guys to make all this
Oh,
effort. You guys
didn't make the
find
spell.
an empty room with great stained glass windows and little like holes in the floor where you could pour boiling oil out, and that's all that's in there.
Cool.
Right.
Cool. Please take me back to the other map.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You should
Unless
have.
there's anything
Downstairs we go. Cabbage
anybody.
Patch Kids we go.
Yes.
Fine, we'll go down the claw.
So just to be clear, nothing else for anybody anything else up here.
There's nothing else
we
up
checked
here,
all
right?
the hidey holes, right?
Yeah, you
That-
guys
that's
have
all of
been
it right there.
you
Yeah.
guys have been everywhere, yeah.
Man, the only reason I explored any of this is because you guys said there was a hallway.
I'm sorry, there was.
That's not okay.
Hopefully we triaged a little bit of time there.
I don't ever want to say
Go
there's
down
a
the
hallway
stairs.
again.
There is a nice shiny organ.
Other map.
Yeah,
Other
it
map.
is.
Change the map.
Can I play the chop?
Okay,
I can
all right,
play
we're going back
chopsticks.
downstairs. Unless
No, bottom
go back
map.
I'm
upstairs.
so sick of this
All right.
room.
No, even further down. Keep going, baby.
even further. All right, so
We're going.
everybody's just going along. You formed a
Beeline.
troop all the
We
way
heard that
down
there's things
to.
to kill down there.
Okay,
Always in the
so
back.
what order do you guys arrive? Yeah, always in the back.
Captain
in the back.
Mantelmorn ahead.
No.
Can't-
Get
I
back to
thought
the
she was staying with
correct
the
layer
humans.
here.
I thought she was
Yeah,
with the humans.
she was sticking with you guys unless you really want to tell
Oh,
her to do something else.
Okay.
I tell her who I saw down here and send her on to talk to him first because she's had such a good rapport with the other guy.
Okay, all right.
I-
And she just like looks to you like there's another Hell Rider guard down here.
I don't know what he is. He's a baby face.
Oh,
a
what?
baby face?
Cap-
Well, Deck, what do you mean by baby face?
He's got this armor and the helm has a
Good.
baby face. That's why he's a Cabbage Patch doll.
Captain
That's why
Man-
he's a
I don't
baby doll.
Captain Mantelmore, can you see in the dark?
know.
Okay.
She
Why don't you
can't.
let
Here, have
Pip-
a torch. I'll
Pippy
give her a torch. It's not lit yet.
Pippy, can you see in
Okay.
the dark?
Yes, sir. I can, Boxy.
Pip,
Quit.
I get quiet again as you
Do
call
I-
me
Maybe
Voxy.
I don't give her a torch. Do I not have a torch?
No torch.
do.
Clobeck,
Jesus.
Clobeck,
I have a
just-
lantern.
just wait. Just wait, please.
Please, God.
Just wait.
Yeah. So what are you guys up to? What do you? You've arrived.
Pretty
You're
sure
Holding
that
the
Wax
lantern out
is
to
trying
Captain
to
Mantelmorn, who should be
send
up in front.
Tiffy in first
I don't know
for
why
her
she's
death.
in the back.
All right. So she's in front. Am I just like
Pippy's
rearranging
in the
everybody
front.
backwards?
Bubble sort.
There we
There
go.
we go.
You
Vi-
can't
Vidroth,
see
Vidroth.
either, doofus.
Vidroth.
Maydroth.
You want me to
They
go
drop.
in front of
They
you,
drop.
Quebec?
I'm in the back. The backity back. Yeah. Okay.
So she looks to you guys and she like opens the door to
Wait.
the lantern and like
No,
goes
no,
to
no,
light
no, no,
it.
no, no, no,
No, we did not.
Where
We did
did you
not.
get that? Where did
Huh?
you get that?
Huh?
No,
I hand her
Club
some
it.
matches.
No.
I take the
That-
matches from your hand. I take the lantern from her hand. I put it in my bag of holding. I'm adding that to my
Hey,
inventory.
that's mine.
Yeah, shut,
You
shut.
can reach her right now.
Clobeck,
You
Clobeck,
gave it to her. It's
Cl-
not yours anymore.
Clobeck,
Not true.
stop it. Pippy, will you please just go and just smash the face of whatever's around the corner, please?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Thank you.
All right. So do you just like
Pippy.
you just do that? You run straight in and go smash face?
Well,
I mean, I
mean-
opened the door and then I'm.
There's
no door.
Oh,
well,
then
she's
yes,
gonna
I'm
go down
going
and see what
here.
happens.
And
Uh-huh.
those people are dead.
Yeah, you see the corpse of what looks like a Hell Rider guard and a Hellhound.
Oh, I
Keep
see.
moving, people. I can't see nothing.
Yeah.
So if
well,
you're making your
apparently I
way up to
moved
there, are
here.
you doing that stealthily or?
Yes,
I mean,
and
you know,
I-
you can see what's there now. You
I
didn't
can
tell
now.
me you were going stealthily.
Oh, you're right. Then I guess I don't.
I think, yeah, that might be where we have to draw the line. If you guys are like moving out and around and looking
Yeah.
at places and haven't
There
said
was a
anything
lot
at a
of
time,
commotion.
yeah, there might have been a bit of commotion. So we're gonna say that this guy turns to look at you, like dead in the eyes, Pippi. And when you do, you can see he's like barely holding himself up with what looks like a spear made out of the same sort of golden chitinous material as his armor. But he's also been pierced by a spear. You can see his left leg as like completely non-functional. It's a wreck, and it seems to have a spear of its own pushing through it and into the floor.
Wow, what happened since we were here last?
Yeah, I probably should have been a
Oh,
little bit better about describing that.
By the way, I light my candle.
Okay, you light your candle. You do.
I turn around and just smack it out of his
So
hand.
much.
Dodge.
Dodge. Okay, yeah, both of you contested dexterity rolls.
Natural
All right.
one.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I swing and I hit myself in the dick. I just like,
Oh no.
go back!
22.
Oh fuck.
Smack myself
Yeah.
in the dong.
My candle probably even stays lit through that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I'm not actually going to have you guys roll initiative. This creature seems to be, not in any huge rush. It's like slowly dragging itself towards you, Pippi, but
Ooh.
not in a way that seems to be like if he gets within 10 feet of you, he could get you with that spear, but
What
he's
the
just
fuck
kind
do
of
you see,
like
Pippi?
slowly using the back end of the spear to like drag his body forwards towards you.
Oh.
Oh my god, I
Uh,
played Dark Souls. He's
Can I-
gonna
I
kill
just
us.
want to run up and slice it.
Do
Okay.
we have a light source right now?
I
Don't get to
push
see.
Mantelmorn forward.
Yeah, go
Okay, she
forward,
goes
Mantelmorn.
forward.
I
forward.
was
Yep.
gonna say I come around the corner, seeing her kind of approach us. I'd like to try and cast Toll the Dead before Pippi gets up close to it.
Okay, so why don't I have both of you guys roll a quick initiative real quick, and we'll see
I
who
hate
got to
hallways.
it quickly.
21.
Hey Mantelmorn, is this a good guy?
No.
No.
My initiative was only a 10.
Okay,
Ah.
so yeah, for sure, Vox Millions Toll the Dead goes off. Go ahead and I need to roll a
Whiz save 16.
whiz save. Very good. Oh, Yeah, that's a natural 20 plus. So
Cool.
definitely like resists.
Yeah, nothing happens.
So I run up and I
Okay.
slice.
Yeah, give me your attack roll.
Mhm. Ibrahim, you're supposed to be in front of me. Move your butt.
Please miss, please
Uh,
miss, please miss.
17 to hit.
17 hits. Roll damage.
With all that armor?
Yeah.
Oh man, I
Here,
really.
I'll show you a little picture of it so that you can enjoy it as much as I do.
Yeah, I can't see nothing right now. I'm in the
Aw.
darkness.
There you go. That's what he looks like.
Oh, that is a baby
Oh,
face.
interesting.
So that's
That'd be a good guy.
But is
so
that
it's
like...
Maybe.
7 magical slashing damage,
Okay.
and then it's 3 cold damage.
Okay. And that's
Cute.
1 out of 2 attacks.
That's my first attack.
Okay. Your first attack hits, and you see that it does, frost brand greatsword damage. Make a second attack. He's not dead by any means.
He's not.
No.
Oh. Wow.
Ooh. 16 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so that's 14 magical slashing damage.
Mhm.
And then that's 5 cold damage.
Yeah, with the, return swing of your frost brand, you carve across its chest, and you can see it like slips down its like spear, its polearm, halberd, whatever you want to call that, and it like streaks the shaft of this weapon with its blood, and like kind of tries to hold itself up for a second, and even like reaches out a hand trying to grasp you, and then falls limp.
Oh, he could have been helpful. We don't know. Oh, no.
There's no way that guy was helpful.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Can I-
whispering this in my head. You don't know me.
Can I roll an
Oh.
insight check?
Like, are they able to see right now? Because it's all black.
No, I can't see shit. That's why I said I'm saying it in my head.
I have a
27.
lantern lit. I mean, a candle.
With a 27, I'll say you can even see well enough in this environment. This creature was like clearly fiendish. At a quick look, you can see like all of the like goat skull and jawbone motifs all over his armor. This was clearly something that intended ill upon you, and just didn't get the
Yeah.
chance.
You're welcome,
What,
guys.
What armor is he wearing, Pippi?
Yeah,
Anything I can?
I loot him.
Anything I can wear?
When you bend down to loot him, you find that this armor is like part of his arm.
Oh,
And his
ew.
shoulder, his pauldron is part of his shoulder. And the
Damn it.
baby face mask is part of his head.
That's awesome.
I mean, Quebec could like carve these off of his body if you really wanted it.
It looks pretty heavy. I don't think I can carry it. It's fine.
I cast
Oh,
light
God.
on my eyeballs to see all this.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
would've done
you've
that
got your
first.
flashlight eyeballs.
I'll
Can
go.
I have my 10-foot dim light from
Do
my
you want to
candle?
just kill a baby?
Yeah, sure. I'll give
Yeah,
you
kill a
get
baby.
10
This
foot
thing was
dim-
trying to
dim
eat you.
light. I can actually do
Oh, I
that with
couldn't
dynamic lighting. And then with you, Uberheim, you've got 30-30.
Yup.
I will
All
walk
right,
up
so
to Klobeck and I
You're also
clasp
emitting light.
your hand that's holding the candle, and I'll just look at you and I'll smile, and then I cast light on the candle itself. So your candlestick is now glowing with 30-foot light.
All right, I'll give him 30-30 as well. So you have a lit candle that is emitting light.
All right.
Yeah.
I just smile mischievously.
I'm
That's funny.
following everyone else. If they would move forward one, I could probably be there.
Who knew you
Yeah.
were so funny, Foxy Back?
So I'll say as you guys move into this space, you see that the walls, like I said before, they're kind of like they're not as well cut as the stone above, but these are still like obviously like intentionally placed carved stone. And as you kind of like venture a little bit farther down into the hallway, you hear just like a little bit of rustling sounds. And you see a few like rats run by across your path, like perpendicular from where you guys are facing in that hallway.
Where are we facing?
Is there
Oh,
anything
this is
down...
for like Roshia, who's kind of like up
Oh.
the hallway there.
Oh,
Is there anything like in here? Is that like a chest or anything?
There is, as you wander into that space. Let me get down to that description.
She's leaving us. Everyone follow her.
Yeah, she just dives straight into that area.
I don't
That's
even know where
alright.
her
So-
box is anymore. I don't
she can
see
handle
him.
herself.
What you find in this room, that rectangular shape, you find this is like a very well
Toilet.
wrought, like a wagon. You know how there might be like a flatbed wagon, and they would use those to like pile bodies on during
Mhm.
wartime or something like that. This is
Collect
one
the
of those sorts of wagons. Yeah, it's the corpse wagon, and they're this one's in like really great condition though. There's not a speck of dust on it, as you can see. You approach it, and there is the body of what looks like a young woman, like spread out
Ew.
across it. She's the only being presented here, but she's grasping. Yeah, she's grasping what looks like a great sword that she's kind of like holding down across her body. This is like almost a ceremonious position.
Does it just look like a
Captain.
regular ass great sword, or is it a fancy smancy one?
This is as common a great sword as you've ever seen. Are you trying to determine if it's magical? Is that why you're asking, or?
I was just wondering, yeah, is it interesting at all? It's just boring
Probably
great
just for
sword.
burial.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check if you're trying to determine if it's emitting a sort of magical aura.
Captain, who is this?
Not good at that, but I got a 0.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know,
Solid.
Oh,
man.
magical.
It's got a little of a sparkly sheen you can see, and even in this dim light, darkness, since you have dark vision. And
dear.
Captain Mantlemorn just kind of like wanders down in that direction, like, she's using your guys' light to guide herself, but is not
Here's that.
obviously not familiar with this space.
I would love to give you a lantern.
Are you gonna give her your candle?
No, I would love to give her my lantern.
Do you say this out
Okay.
loud?
Right.
Yeah.
I pull out the lantern and just hand it back to you. I cast light
Here you
on
go.
that. It falls off of your candle.
Oh, sorry. I would love to give you my lantern.
Just
What? I'm confused.
I don't.
As I
Because
take the
now he
lantern.
has his lantern.
Uberheim,
Yeah, he's
can you
keeping
do light for
You can have my candle.
Uberheim has his
I can only
eyeballs.
do light on my eyeballs. I can't
Yeah.
cast.
Oh, you can only do it on
You-
your eyeballs.
He goes
She
to
can have a
respond to
candle.
you, and
It's
you're like
still lit with
blinded in the
fire.
headlights.
Oh well, at least
She
she
can
can.
have 10-foot dim light.
She has a candle and Uberheim's eyeballs. So there we go.
Yeah, I
I-
mean, if you guys are wanting to investigate this together, then I'll say you guys go do that.
Yeah, who is she?
Let's do it.
You guys approach, and I'll say
back here
you
waiting.
guys all see the same sort of thing. This is the corpse wagon, and it's immaculate. Doesn't seem to have any debris or dust on it, and there's a little plaque that Pippi overlooked, as she was so distracted by
Oh.
wanting this great sword to be magical. This says, just in simple writing, like it's carved out and obviously embossed, like it's got ink and stuff in it. It's intentionally placed. It just says unknown.
It's the tomb of the unknown soldier.
I don't know if you can fix this, Blake, but I can see southeast from my position.
So we'll get to that. since you moved there, we'll say that you moved there, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you see in a minute.
Well, I was just assuming I couldn't see it because of how stuff lines up, but I mean, I don't care. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Probably. Yeah, that's true. Probably. I tried to be a little generous on the corners so that
Sure.
it wasn't so restrictive and claustrophobic.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when it is. So cool. But yeah, I would be. I didn't want to interrupt your description. I'd be heading up this way as I see them kind of going over there. I'd walk up this direction, kind of look at the hallway, see Uverheim behind me. I thought Uverheim was going with you to the statue thing.
I don't know anymore.
I don't think we're
I got
necessarily
bored and
updating our
started
position
following
for.
you. There was too many other people around.
Yeah, we couldn't use his eyeballs anymore, so it didn't matter.
I'll turn.
That's fine. Yeah. So who's going where?
I was gonna ask Vedrov if what last he knew before he was in a little bottle. If he knows anything about this place. Before we start moving around everywhere else.
Well, it was very complicated. You know, there were a lot of survivors and a lot of people who started off as survivors and then became non-survivors. You've seen their bodies littered about the floor. I did not make it down here yet, but I knew there was a great amount of civilians hiding out here before. I think more than those halflings that we've seen up there with the captain. Perhaps there's some more down here.
So you were out of the bottle while all this was still happening.
Well, I went into the bottle whenever it began happening, but there were other people hiding here with me, just mainly commoners by the sides of them. And I can't say that, right? I don't think we've seen bodies of really commoners. It was all mainly soldiers, correct? Like,
Yeah, everything, all the corpses you've discovered in this cathedral so far have been military.
Well, maybe
Well,
we find them.
save for one. There was one,
Oh.
one like a civilian-ish looking person corpse upstairs.
Seeing
So
Uverheim.
anyways, they-
Oh, sorry.
Notice you if they
they've
see.
they've gone somewhere. I don't know if they're down here or they left the cathedral to their own dooms, or
I think we saw them on the altar.
I don't want to assume. So we'll keep looking.
I want to.
So for people, assuming you guys have said what you want to say,
I'll be right back.
who's headed towards Lady on the Corpse Cart?
Well, I was, because I wanted to find out who she was. But we
Okay.
did that, so I'm done. So
You
next,
just read like unknown. You're like, cool, I'm out.
I just
yeah,
have my
not
little-
important anymore.
Wait, Rhea
Yeah.
didn't recognize her at all?
Nope.
Because we asked Rhea.
Rhea
Yeah.
found unknown for us.
Well,
And
there's
I even
nothing
tried to describe it,
else.
but maybe not very well. But she's kind of like, feeling her way around in this space too. She's got your guys' light to kind of like illuminate, but you could tell she's not familiar with down here.
I look back to Uverheim with his lights kind of beaming over behind me, and I'd say, get to the T junction, say left or right, Uverheim.
Let's go right.
I stealthily begin making my way to the right with my shield out ahead, my free hand out.
You would also see as you look down that right-hand path that those two doors leading left are lit. There seems to be light emitting from in that room.
From over here to the left?
No, as you look, I can't ping in the same way
up here?
that you do. Yeah, in there. Yep.
Then I will, just kind of seeing that some of the group has clustered up, I'll just begin making my way. And as
And you
I
hear soft murmuring off to your right, yeah, as you approach that junction.
can I
Sorry.
can I see who these people? Can I see that these are not devils and shit?
Yeah, I'll say you take a peek around the corner, and you've got your 60 feet dark vision, so You do. You see what look like a whole grip of Hellrider guards, like all with shields and swords out, like ready to go.
I put my demon-looking shield on my back, and I put both hands up front, and I look back to Uberheim, and I will cast light on my symbol around my neck,
Signal?
and I will say, member of the Gauntlet here, reinforcements, we have civilians with us coming around the corner, and announce myself as I march around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that as you approach, like they remain in a guarded stance, but don't obviously move to attack you. For Pippi and Roshia, are you guys still hanging around in that space?
Real quick before we went, I want to double check she's dead, like dead.
Okay. Sure. Give me a medicine check.
I hand you my dagger.
I ain't gonna stab her. I'm gonna check for a pulse.
I mean, that's one way to tell if they're dead is to stab them.
It is.
How you doing? You all right?
14.
Are you dead?
Yank.
Oh.
A 14?
Stop it.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll say you like put your, you put your index fingers on the where you would find the pulse, whatever that is, and I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
It's the carotid artery.
Yeah, arteries and all that cool vein stuff.
The
It's
skin-
definitely red.
The skin part.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
The blood tube.
Yeah.
you feel for a pulse,
blood tube.
and it is not only still, but it is also cold.
Ooh.
Cold. Okay. And then
And
go ahead.
with what was it, a 15, 14?
14, I believe. 14.
With a 14, you give her just like a quick once over as you discover that this person is cold and lifeless. You notice though there's not a single sign of decay. There's no like bloating or rot or anything present on her skin.
That's what I was curious about. Is there anything on her body that would symbol any allegiance to anything, god or city?
No, she's wearing what looks like commoner's clothing. It's very simple, like bar maiden's gown. She has this very unremarkable looking greatsword, as I said, across her chest and down her body, and that's about it. There are no like tattoos or necklaces or identifying markings that you can see.
Does she have shoes on?
She has shoes on.
You're
Damn.
not there. You're not there.
I just handed you a dagger.
I'm, I'm gonna close the door and just tell Pippi it looks like she's being preserved. I don't know who
What
for
hap-
or what for, but she's cold but not
Ew.
just decaying.
Do-
Let's go follow the others for now if you want.
All right. You can always come
Don't
back
worry,
with her.
animals.
You know, she probably got bit by something. And doesn't
She
come back
might
with
have been,
harm.
I'm not as scary as I look.
Yeah, so we'll say for the rest of you guys, the back half of the group rejoins the front half of the group,
Yeah.
and you guys are sort
Oh,
of
Pippi, go.
like greeted by this
I'll be right back.
platoon of Hellrider guards, who like one of them who's like very clearly at the front sheathes his sword and like motions for you to approach.
I begin to approach, and I say, we've got about 7 or 8 topside in the cathedral. We cleared it out. We barricaded the doors a little bit. Can you send someone to go collect them?
He's gonna look at you for a second. He's like, one moment, and he's gonna motion over his shoulder and wave to one of the guys in the back, who kind of disappears a little bit around the corner, but returns with a robed figure. And he kind of like whispers in her ear for a moment. You can see there's some sort of communication, some sort of conversation happening here. And then after a moment, you see her like pick up this heavy book that she had chained around her waist and like flips it open and goes a couple of pages and then looks at you, and you can see her eyes just sort of flash with magic in just an instant. and kind of like gives you a once over.
Sure.
And
I'll
as
do
she
her
does
pat
that, yeah, she's basically yeah, you can tell she's examining you.
Yeah.
But she nods to the guard that came to get her, and kind of closes the book and walks back around into this area down here. And the guard returns and whispers something to the person in front of them, and they allow you to enter this space.
By the
so
way,
I'm
time
gonna.
check.
What?
Time check. Is it too late for people?
Oh yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Well, midnight for most of you.
I'm used to staying up way super late, so it's up to everyone else.
I mean, it depends on how much RP is here. I assume there's a bit of conversation and delving, so I don't know if now's the best time to stop before we get into it.
We'll say that this is a great place to stop. What I'm going to do is move some of these tokens out of the way, and I'll have you guys enter this space.
So Voxamillion specifically would not have entered unless they have indicated to me in some way that someone is going to get those people. If they don't, then I will break off and go get them myself.
Okay, they don't immediately run past you to go get them. They kind of move off to the side and motion you to come in.
Okay. I just say to the others as I kind of push them forward, I say I'll catch up in a moment, and I'll go backtrack, get everyone, and escort them the exact same pathway down.
Is
Okay.
someone gonna go with him? I
I
don't want
will
both
go-
healing people to be gone.
I'll go with Voxy.
Okay, so we'll say both Voxamillion and Pippi then beat feet towards upstairs. For the rest of you, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna stay where I am, kinda. Well, that's a downstairs. I just want to stay back where I can hear and listen, but not be right by everybody.
Okay.
So I'm trying to.
I want to ask them for food.
Okay.
I
Vedra,
would go down with just because I'm bored.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and move Pippi and Uverheim over here, and Roshia is nearby enough. Rhea is going to go with Voxamillion and Pippi. And so then the three of the rest of you kind of answer the summons, and they kind of look at each other confused for a second that, half the party just ran off and this other half of the party is coming in, but, they motion you into this space. I'm just going to give a quick description before we end. We'll end right after I just say what's in here. The map, I'll just say, doesn't do this area justice, so I'm not sure why they provided it in this form. But as you guys entered this area, this seems to be the main ripped area. You guys see all sorts of alcoves with vertical standing coffins. You guys see just 4 or 5 rows of heavy stone pillars that seem to be holding the ceiling up. There are a pair of fountains in here, and this entire room, I'm obviously not going to put 200 tokens on the map, and I don't even have room to do that, but there are 150 more people in this space. They're kind of crammed into corners and tucked underneath of archways, and kind of have their backs up against the wall in some places, and even huddled around these fountains. This seems to be where all of the people have crammed themselves into during this attack.
Wow, that's a lot of mammals.
Yeah, it's less cool in this room with all the body heat, and it's quite mammal smelling.
Ew.
Haven't I seen Game of Thrones? This is how you get zombies attacking you.
Amanda, you're muted if you were trying to talk.
And here,
No,
I'm
I'm
just going to move you guys into this space here so you guys can see.
God damn it.
Just,
Sorry.
how much crap is going on in here. There's a lot.
I'm just trying to get on Voxy's good side. I know he's mad at me, so I figured I could come and save the children.
So the only person you see in here that's really noteworthy, besides just the probably 2 or 3 platoons worth of guards down here is you also see what looks like obviously somebody in the priesthood with her very light robes. She seems to have like some yellowish golden shawls across her shoulder, and she's clutching that same like really thick, heavy book. It's strapped with leather straps that buckle around the where the cover opens up to pages, and you can see what looks like a little golden circle with the emblem of a sun on there. But with all that described, also she's like a older woman. You know, you see that she's kind of a little. Her hair is curled with age, and it's gray, and you can tell she's been working hard. You know, she's it's kind of matted down with sweat and with a bit of dirt, but obviously exceptional. So, with all that said, we're gonna go ahead and end tonight. You know, GG's everybody. You.
Yeah.
Thanks for the pickup sesh, bruh.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able
Yeah.
to do a makeup session, so we could get some game time in this week.
Are we picking up to the point where we're going back up the stairs? Like, have we not brought them back down?
So yeah, we'll resume with you guys getting up there and getting these people back downstairs.
Okay, so that doesn't
and
just
with-
automatically happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll resume with presumably some conversations, some status updates, whatever you guys want to say, and we'll get on.
And it is like early in the morning, right? Like 9 a.m.
It is almost impossible to tell. When you guys were outside, it was daylight 24/7, smoke and red sky.
I only mean in relevance to like how recently we woke up. I know
Yeah,
we can't.
It's
body
tell.
clock.
it's been just maybe less than an hour even since you guys rolled out of the courtyard.
I am almost completely spent already.
Ow.
I have
That
one.
was a pretty brutal encounter.
I have
Those two.
one spell
That's why I
slot.
said to stop
Holy
using them.
shit.
I have
Yeah.
one first level, one second, one third, and that's it.
Dude, I have
I'll
all my
say-
spell slots.
I could have
Um,
helped. I could have.
In the interest of balancing things a little bit, I ended up removing 2 encounters. So
Jesus. We
you know,
have 6
yeah.
players. How is this like?
Uh-huh.
That is insane.
There was
But,
totally a big, awesome enemy in that stained glass room, wasn't there?
No, there was not a big cool enemy in that stained glass room for whatever reason. Here, I'll even read that was H9, where it's like, it's a balcony. And that's it.
Nice.
Ooh.
Maybe
Probably
they
that's
super
right.
locked it off for players who fly or something, so they can't just easily get in.
Yeah, I'm sure it's, you know, potentially a point of ingress. You know, you could come through the stained glass if you're creative or something like that.
Oh, probably a good thing we didn't bust the lock in case Mr. Hellrider Horseboy comes riding up in.
I kept saying.